Hello everybody, welcome to day 24 of my 30-day project. If you're new here, hi, my name is Charles and I am a bead weaver based out of Waterloo, Ontario in Canada. Bead weaving is just another name for bead stitching, and as you can see, that is the primary art form that I am using at the moment. This project I am documenting is a sculpture that has been 2 years in the making, and this 30-day daily video project is just a window into that time. For tonight, I am back to making the triangles that are the main component of the project, and by now anyone who's been watching has seen this multiple times, so I decided to talk in this video about how I came to do bead stitching, and really what my, I guess, backstory is when it comes to bead stitching, how I got into it, and why am I doing I guess this crazy project that is close to 2,000 hours, maybe more. I've lost track, of course, and making 1,200 or more triangles. Mainly I'm sorry, it's a little bit difficult to talk about, so I'll just start. I guess the main reason I came to bead stitching is because I developed a chronic illness about 15 years ago, and I am still struggling with it today. And it kind of just changed the trajectory of my life. I was previously in, my background was in architecture. I went to university for architecture, and that was my career path, was to be an architect. And about 1.5 years after I graduated, I developed these symptoms of so the illness I have is called ITP, which is short for immunothrombocytopenic purpura. And essentially what that means is I have chronically low platelets, and I have been labeled also idiopathic ITP, which means that the doctors have no idea why my body suddenly started destroying my platelets. And platelets are the component of the blood that helps the that's like a Jamaican curse word, so it helps the clotting of the blood. If you get caught, your blood needs to clot to stop bleeding, and it's the platelets are the component of the blood that does that. So you have red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and I think blood plasma are the 4 components. I am not sure. For my illness, it's the platelets. It's autoimmune. What they eventually discovered is that my body does produce enough platelets, but my white blood cells, or some part of my body, destroys them. So what that means is, well, it depends on who you talk to. If you talk to the doctors, it's just low platelets. What that has meant for me, though, is I have chronically low energy, joint pain, brain fog, which means sometimes it's really hard for me to think. It feels like I'm thinking through mud or something, which of course affects my decision making in life in general. I have aching muscles, which is it's like when you have the flu and your body just aches all over. It's just soreness, or it feels like somebody beat you up or something, and you just are sore. Yeah, and just there's been other random symptoms through the year, but those are the main symptoms. And what that has meant is that over time it became clear that I couldn't really do a full-time job, which is, regular daily Monday to Friday. In architecture, actually, it's not 8 hours, it's more like 10 to 16 hours a day of work. You're sitting in front of a computer, getting up every day. It's really hard to have a full-time job where you're answering to a boss, where you have project deadlines, when on any given day you cannot get out of bed, or you are in pain and are not able to think very clearly, or you are so tired that you can't function, and you need to sleep and you need to recover from the mildest amount of physical activity. And it has been a difficult process to deal with, to even accept as my reality. And I would say it's been a 15-year journey, and it's been a emotional journey, frankly. When it comes to chronic illness, you can get treatment from doctors for the physical symptoms, but you're sort of on your own with the mental and emotional health. And so I have gone to therapy, I have done different things, but through it all, I've had bead stitching. And the time when it really became a major part of my life was a 2-year period that I had spent in the Bronx getting treatment, getting different kinds of treatment. There was like chemotherapy, again, infusion therapy. There was an experimental drug that I had to do a bone biopsy for. And then there was also another therapy that the doctor, I had an excellent doctor there who was the only hematologist so far in all the hematologists I have had to deal with over the years, who really listened to me and took into account all the other symptoms that I was having. The other doctors, so the other symptoms I have aren't like textbook symptoms, so most doctors just sort of are, I guess, just dismiss what I say as like, well, that's not really related to ITP as far as we know, and you get no help. So this doctor actually listened, and she did research, and it was just amazing. And I got the best treatment that I got there at Bellevue Hospital in New York City, Dr. Furmark, and she was really great. And so that time, even though it was this 2-year period, it wasn't the darkest time, because I did feel kind of hopeful, but I also was bedridden for most of the time, so there wasn't very much I could do, and I turned to bead stitching again, and you know, as you can see, you only need something the size of your beading mat. So I could have a laptop tray with the beading mat and my beads, and I just made a whole lot of things. Anything that was in the different beading books, the projects and stuff, I made, and I gave a lot away to friends and family. And eventually, though, I did come across a book called Shaped Beadwork and Beyond by Diane Fitzgerald. And this book really opened my eyes up to the sculptural potential of beadwork. And I have been on a sort of been experimenting ever since, trying to see what I can do sculpturally. There's not many books that talk about that. Most of them are jewelry based. I think almost all of them are jewelry based, and so it's been a sort of it's been my own thing. It's something I could make my own, and as difficult as it's been, it's also been very rewarding, and I'm very motivated to see what I can do. Like, I'm not, with each project, I'm not sure what it's gonna look like, what's gonna happen, because I'm constantly trying new things. So you can imagine that's, for me anyway, that's constantly exciting. And I haven't been able to stop since, and it's given me a lot of hope for my life and for my future. So I hope that gives some background into why I do what I do. For me, bead stitching is kind of like a lifeline. It really means a lot to me. It's what healed my soul. I'm very personally attached to it as a expression for myself. It's difficult to explain, but I hope you can see in my experience the importance it has had for me, and for my future, that I am excited to see where I could go. It's still a bit murky. I'm not always sure what I'm doing, but I do feel very compelled to work at this creatively as much as I am physically capable of doing, and to create the things I have envisioned. I have a lot of things I want to do sculpturally, that I'm really excited to get to see if I can figure this out technically, to see what I can make, how much I can play with this this art form, this technique, this material that is traditionally done in something completely different from what I am doing. And I hope to be able to show that journey on this channel. I struggle, as you can see, with my verbal expression, but I know that there are a lot of people who struggle with some kind of physical illness, whether it's chronic or whether it's for a shorter time period, and you need something to help you get through it. I what has helped me, especially in the last couple of years, and talking to my other artist friends and just watching a lot of biographies and stuff, is I've realized that, you know, everybody struggles with something. And the thing in life is to just do what you can. So on my good days, that's what I tell myself. And I hope to keep doing this, and see where it takes me. So I'll leave it there, and I hope to see you around. I hope you can come back to my channel, and we will, yeah. I'll just leave it there.